I'd just like to let everybody know before we start the podcast, there may be the odd swear word during Fighting on the Inside. Also, some of the subjects that we cover, especially those surrounding mental health, some people may be affected by these conversations. If you are, then you can find information and help in the show notes. But please, other than that, enjoy the show. So, another massive shout out to our big sponsor, Mangata. Any companies or small businesses, large businesses out there looking for payroll, look no further. With 20 years of UK and global payroll experience, you'll be in incredibly good hands. They've got very competitive margins and very, very easy to set up for agencies and candidates. And once a candidate has been referred, they will be contacted within 30 minutes. You really can't ask for much more. So you know what to do. Go down to the description, click on their website to check them out. It's mangatapayuk.com. And thank you so much to Mangata for sponsoring this podcast. Hello everyone and welcome back to Fighting on the Inside. Today we've got something a little bit different in store for you guys. We are going, what would you call it, on location, Johnny?
We're on the road.
Yeah, we're on the road today.
Baby.
All the way about 10 minutes into London, where Floyd Money Mayweather, the GOAT, the best ever. He's got a lot of names, hasn't he?
And nicknames. A big entourage as well.
And has got a big entourage. But we're going to go and sit amongst that entourage and have a conversation with the one and only Floyd Mayweather, all about his up-and-coming fight this weekend against Chalmers. We're going to have a little sit-down, find out what makes Floyd Floyd. So, enjoy the conversation and we'll see you at the end. We're sitting here with none other than Floyd Money Mayweather. He is fighting this weekend against a guy you guys will probably know from Geordie Shore, Chalmers. So yeah, if you haven't already, you need to click the description. The link to the tickets is in the description. Also, the pay-per-view. You do not want to miss this fight. Floyd, how are you, mate? How are you feeling before your fight?
Just another day. Happy to be in the UK. Being able just to come to the UK, just to display just a little bit of my skills. I really wanted to have an actual fight here when I was competing at the highest level.
Right. Can I just say, when you say a little bit of your skills, I do have to ask this as a fan of yours.
Yes.
How hard do you train for these fights? You're famous for staying in shape all year round. You're always in the gym, you're fit. Do you have a camp for the fight, or do you sort of trust on your fitness that you keep?
On this go around, like just, it's not really a camp. You know, I go to the gym, box a little bit, a little bag work, a little exercise, go home. Every now and then do a little road work.
Pretty chilled affair.
Floyd, now it's like second nature to you.
Yes.
Has it changed you as a person? You know, once you learned to fight, once you knew you could fight, how did it change you as a person?
Well, I've been boxing. That's
all you know.
That's what I've been doing my whole life. So it's not even second nature. It's like getting up, brushing your teeth, or getting up, putting on your clothes. It's easy.
It's a transferable skill in every part of you, in every part of your life.
Well, I never took nothing for granted. So I always push myself to the limit. That's really what it was about, pushing yourself to the limit, believing in your skills, believing in your team, and knowing you're the best.
Do you think, as someone who's boxed, do you think there's something in boxing that can teach youngsters discipline, respect, more than most other sports? Would you, like, there's a debate about whether you should put boxing back into schools to benefit kids. What would your thoughts be on something like that?
Well, we don't, you know, you play football, you play basketball, but you don't play boxing. Brutal sport. You gotta keep it down.
It's all right. We don't mind the life. We don't mind the life.
I'm sorry. But boxing's a very, very brutal sport. Never take nothing for granted. You know, continue to work hard. Continue to believe in yourself. Continue to believe in your team. I didn't get to where I got to by myself, so I have to take my hat off to my dad, hell of a trainer, and my Uncle Roger, may he rest in peace. Hell of a trainers, two of the best.
I've seen you all the way through your career. And like it or not, you've always been respectful until you've been pushed, but you've always been respectful to the public,
Yes.
to opponents and everybody. And it seems to fly past people don't seem to notice that.
Well, every action has a reaction. I truly believe in reciprocation. Treat people like you want to be treated. You know, some events get a little wilder than others. Some is just more relaxed. I think it's going to be very, very entertaining Saturday. People are going to really, really be entertained because he's going to come out and he's going to fight. He's going to fight his ass off.
I really got that from Aaron. On that note, like somebody like Aaron getting in the ring with the best to ever do it. Do you think there's an element of people like that find these so intriguing because they know somebody who's? I mean, Aaron's fought a lot. He's fought in MMA. He's fought in boxing. But do you think people are watching this on the off chance that someone might be able to lay a glove on you? And do you think that's where the interest in this comes from, thinking maybe he's going to be able to hit you?
It's a little different.
Right.
On the outside, guys always say, oh, I can do this, I can do that. But once you get inside there, it's totally different. I'm where I'm at for a reason. I've accomplished what I've accomplished for a reason. So I don't want him to think that it's a cakewalk just because he's a little taller or he may be a little bigger. Remember, most of my career, every guy was bigger, but I was more smarter. So I'm very, very smart, very, very intelligent, and I know that square circle.
Have you, right now, a lot of fighters you see when their career's over, they struggle. They struggle to find their peace. You seem to have found your peace in life, in what you want to do. Is that something training you from as a fighter, you always were thinking after your career, or is it?
Well, we're not always, every day we wake up, we're not always super happy, but we always happy, we are happy with waking up, seeing another day. When we wake up, we all got a choice and a chance. And what I want to do every day is continue to help my family. That's what's very important to me. My 4 children, my grandson, very, very important to me. So every day I got a choice and a chance, I'm gonna help my family.
So family is a massive motivation for you to have worked as hard as you've worked to become as great as you've become.
And of course, but I also did it for myself, not just family.
Of course.
I wanted to be the best. You know, no disrespect to no legends, but I take my hat off to all the legends that came before me, that paved the way for me. Because now I'm able to open up the door and pave the way for so many other young fighters. You know, I was able to basically bring a lot of money, the most money, to the small weight classes. And as you see, the small weight classes right now in boxing is a driving force.
Do you ever see another Floyd Mayweather on the scene?
Hopefully. I mean, I feel like every fighter in today's time, they don't want the pretty boy Floyd. They want the money Mayweather lifestyle, but they don't want to put in the work that pretty boy Floyd did. I put in a lot of hard work throughout my career to get to where I got to.
At what point in your life did Money Mayweather, was that person born? The business mindset, was that always there? Did you have a moment where it went from you boxing to really figuring out how to get a handle on the financial side of the sport, and you just took off and ran away with that? Where did you get your business sort of education from almost?
It's all about reinventing yourself. You know, you can't last as long at nothing. You can't last as long at nothing, not being smart or intelligent. So I play chess, not just in the ring. I play chess on the outside. Gotta have the right pieces. You got to have the right pieces, and I got the right pieces.
You've always kept a tight team around you.
Yes.
Tight in friendship, tight in family, tight in business. Now with this weekend, we see you doing business again. You know, is it still all your idea, or is it everybody sat down and say, Floyd, why don't we try this angle? Why don't we try that?
Collectively, we come up with it together, not just myself. And if I say yes, we do it. If I say no, we won't do it. Nothing is forced on me, or just like nothing is forced on the guys that I'm competing against. Nothing is forced. If you want to do it, we do it. If you don't, you don't.
I see your sponsors left, right, and centre that have got involved in this.
Yes.
They must believe in your vision. They must believe the backing you've got. That's why you should give them a shout out. Tell them why.
Well, it's not really just the sponsors. A lot of these companies, I have ownership in. You know, I'm not just promoting a company where I don't have equity or I don't have no ownership in. So I'm a little different from the other fighters. You know, I really, you know, I believe in having ownership. I believe in owning myself. I believe in being my own boss. But and if I can't own a company 100%, I got to have some type of ownership in the company. Because hypothetically, say they want to sell the company years from now.
Good example to set for the other fighters.
I'll get a check
100%.
and I'll get a big check if I got equity in it. I mean, if a company sells for $1 billion and I own 20%, I get $200 million.
You sound like you've always been a few steps ahead.
Yes. That's why.
To use that chess analogy.
Well, even like in boxing, you know. You know, I go over the game plan millions of times before I even get there.
It's a great example to set for other fighters coming through. It's not just about being able to fight, it's about the business, they make themselves their own business.
You literally reinvented the sport in that way. You reinvented it with your skill set, you reinvented it with your business acumen. But even now after retirement, you seem to be reinventing more and more and more. Would you say seeing these celebrities get in the ring with the likes of yourself has inspired a lot of this YouTube boxing that's coming up?
But I'm the pioneer of all of
you
this.
are the pioneer
This
of this.
all started with the Mayweather-McGregor.
I was there.
Exactly.
I started this. So, and then remember, I done an exhibition over in Tokyo. Then everybody. You see all the professional fighters, even Ricky Hatton. He's and I'm proud of Ricky Hatton. I think he got a son that box. So I'm proud of Ricky Hatton. Shouts out to Ricky Hatton and his family. Keep up the great work. Even he's doing exhibitions. So I'm happy that I was able just to do something different and put eyes on me where everybody can do it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Speaking of other fighters doing it, don't want to touch it too much. Jake Paul, Tommy Fury, what do you think?
I don't really know.
You don't care?
I'm not going to say that because...
If you had $1 million to put on one of them, and you had to.
That's a fight that I mean, you know, when I'm betting on real fights.
Real fights, yeah.
Not saying that they're not real fighters. They're novice. They're novice professional fighters. But when I'm betting on fights, I'm betting on them. I'm betting on fights that's top flight. But that is a top flight novice. That's the best novice fight professional novice fight that's going on right now. So may the best man win.
Before you slip away, please tell us Saturday night what the public have got to look forward to.
Just excitement, just entertainment. I'm happy to be in the UK. You know, I've been coming here for so many years, like almost 30 years, and never had a chance to really actually fight in the UK. So I'm here to just, since I wasn't able to fight when I was competing, I'm able to do an exhibition over here. So I need everybody in the UK. If you haven't got a ticket, get a ticket. O2 Arena, February 25th, a day after my birthday.
Thanks for coming and fighting on the inside. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you so much. And like I said, everyone.
Great show, and I need everybody to tune in and support this show. These guys are doing a great job. You see it right here. Gloves up, knives down.
Thank you so much. And like I said at the beginning, guys, please go into the description. There's a link for the tickets for Saturday night. There's also the link for the pay-per-view. You don't want to miss this. And thank you so much, Floyd.
Thank you.
For your time.
Appreciate it.
Killed it every time.
Right, guys, another massive shout out to one of our sponsors. Now, I know if you're a boxing fan, you have definitely seen Wow Hydrate knocking around. These guys do an incredible range of health drinks to prop up your sporting ventures. You have the electrolyte mix in multiple different flavors to help with rehydration, and also your protein mix, which contains collagen, which will help for recovery. Now, listen, if the likes of Tyson Fury is drinking these things, then it must be a pretty good drink. But don't take it from Tyson, take it from me. Go down into the description, click wowhydrate.com and check them out and buy some for yourself. Keep going with that training with Wow Hydrate. And thanks so much to Wow Hydrate for sponsoring this podcast. I'm sitting here with Aaron Chalmers, who has got a hell of a task ahead of him this weekend, should I say. Saturday, 25th of February, like I said before. Click the link in the description to buy your tickets. There's also going to be a link down there for your pay-per-views. So, Aaron, How the fuck are you feeling, mate? Because that's a big day coming up. How are you feeling? How was your training?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Like, to go in there with the greatest, one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest, is massive for me. I only had one boxing fight last year, and towards the end of the year, I was debating whether to just give it up. Nothing was going right. Everything seemed to go against us. And then I kept plugging away. 3 weeks into the new year, we got a phone call to fight Floyd. And here we are, 3 days away.
How did that happen? Like, what? I saw you speak about it somewhere else. Was it that?
Yeah, so one of his team was looking after us in Belgium years ago when I was on Geordie Shore. So me, back then, just getting pissed and stuff. So we just got on really well. I heard that he was booking the fight, so I just sent a message on Instagram. Within minutes, boom, text message on the phone, rang him. 2 days later, contract was in my inbox on the Saturday night. I was like, I remember pacing up and down my house. I didn't have my boys, I was pacing up and down. I was thinking, I'm fighting Floyd. So I was that excited. I went down to the garage and got some bottles of beer just to try and settle down. And then the next day I woke up, I was thinking, shit, I'm fighting Floyd in fucking 5 weeks. I'm drinking beers when I've signed the contract. But that's just me all over, do you know what I mean? And I put a hard. I was already in training anyway for a different show, but then Floyd come up and, I mean, we had to ramp the training up times 100.
I mean, yeah, just a bit. That sounds like beer fear, like I've never heard of it though. Waking up after a few beers and remembering that you got to fight Floyd.
It wasn't like beer fear. I only had a couple, but it was like I was sitting there and I was thinking, maybe I shouldn't have had them extra calories because I've got to get the weight on. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, it was just so excitement. Like I say, after the year I had last year, it was just pure relief when the contract was signed. Like, this is going to happen. Then I had to wait. That was the Saturday, and then it wasn't announced till the Monday night. But I couldn't tell anyone.
Right.
Jesus, I literally was not on my phone because I was like writing messages out, and I said, I can't tell anyone because if it got out before he's put it out, it was done.
Trouble.
So yeah, man.
So, I mean, look, you genuinely come across like you're absolutely buzzing. I mean, a lot of people are probably sitting watching this thinking, how are you not shitting yourself? What, in terms of your mix of nerves and fear, like what's your percentages there? 90%?
I've got no
not
fear.
Nerves and fear, excitement and fear.
No fear.
No fear, just pure excitement.
The thing is, this is a win for me no matter what happens, do you know what I mean? So I've got no fear. Maybe there'll be a bit of fear coming in on fight night. Obviously, his entourage, I can see how people get intimidated, like Deji and stuff, before the fight. Do you know what I mean? The way his entourage comes in. But that doesn't bother me. They're not in the ring. Do you know what I mean? So you can have fucking 100 men with them. That doesn't scare me. I actually found it quite funny because I was looking, thinking, wonder what he does. There was one sitting at the front, kept laughing. So I was like, he's paid to laugh every time Floyd speaks. Do you know what I mean? So I was just trying to look and see who does what. But he was very respectful up there. He was very, very respectful. But like I say, when it comes to the fight, I'm not going to give him any respect. To me, it's a fight. And I can imagine if he wants to if there was a chance to knock me out, he would do it.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, he's done it in the past.
So if I see the chance to knock him out, then I'm going to try and take it as well. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I must say, it makes me buzzing to watch his fight, just seeing your energy about it. So I can tell you're definitely going to go out there and give it everything. And as you said, I think with Deji, he was nervous as hell.
I think he was beat before he got. I think he was beat before he got.
What
in.
he does, though, isn't it? And he does that to pros, like real fully fledged. You know, what I mean, pros. You're a pro yourself. Deji wasn't.
Yeah.
So you can imagine that getting ahead of him. But you yourself, you look like you're going in there to do the business. So, game plan wise, obviously you don't want to hear the whole game plan. We're going to see some aggression from you.
You have to be very careful with the game plan because it's easy. It will be easy in front of the big crowds and take everything in and get carried away. Just say you land a jab. It's easy to then think, oh, I've got him. 1, 2, 3. Then next thing you've been clipped on the chin and you're looking at the bright lights, thinking, where did that come from?
100%.
So I can't let myself get carried away, especially early on, and I also can't let him bully us around the ring. I feel like, back to Deji, I feel keep saying it, but that was his last fight. I feel like he just walked Deji from corner to corner and just done what he wanted.
I think when he realised he had Deji scared and nervous, it's when he started to turn it up a little bit.
Turn
Floyd's
it up a
definitely
notch.
got some. When he's in the ring, very respectful out of the ring. He's spiteful in the ring. It's probably where he's got to the weight.
Of course he's going to be spiteful. But the thing is, we're in a boxing fight. I've done MMA for years. I've been kicked in the face, kneed, nose broke, blood clots in my nose. I know I'm going to get punched. This is the sport we're in. If I didn't want to get punched, I would take up another sport. So I know that I'm going to get punched. And it quite excites us. It excites us. Like it gets it. Sometimes when you get hit, you're like, "Oh, yeah, we're in a fight now." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're in a fight, so I'm interested to see how quick the jab is. Because I was watching him thinking, "Fuck me, that jab's quick."
Yeah.
So I want to see if I can just.
It's so well timed as well. That's the problem. It's not even
It's
the
his
speed.
distance.
It's when he chooses to throw it. Yeah, he knows when you're offset.
Listen, he's a no. Listen. What I bring to the table, he's probably seen 100 million times. He's probably sparred more rounds than I've had pints, and that's a fucking lot of pints. Do you know what I mean? So, I'm just going to go in there, and I'm just going to have fun, and I'm just going to stick to what we've been working on. There's no point throwing one shot at a time. There's no point. We're going to try and come in bunches. But like I say, we'll just have to see how he... I know he's going to come with spiteful punches.
Especially if you do let the punch as well. That's when.
Yeah, but I've got some spiteful punches as well. Do you know what I mean? I've put people fucking out cold for 7 and 8 minutes in MMA. So, like I say, if it comes to it, if it comes and I feel like I'm on my way out, I will swing from the absolute rafters until I go out. I'm not tucking up and getting finished. No way. I'll be biting down on the gum shield and I'll be swinging. So at least I can see if he does get the better of us, if he does put us away, that I was swinging till the very end.
I mean, again. You're getting me even more excited for this fight. But let's say, look, you're going to go out there against arguably the best boxer that has ever lived.
Yeah.
Is there a part of you that really wants to make a great showing of yourself, no matter what, to look to the future? You said you had a rough year. You've been out of the ring for a while. You're thinking about giving up. You've been given this platform and this opportunity to shine like you would not believe, even in defeat. So is that part of, like, a dangerous man is a man who has nothing to lose. You
100%.
do have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain from this fight. Is that your mentality and what you're looking to do? You know,
it's a no, like you say, it's a no-lose situation for me. So let's just put it in. If Floyd goes in there and beats me in the second round, let's just put it for instance. Oh, you got beat up Floyd Mayweather. Okay then. 5-time world champion. At the height of his career, the height of my career. Very, very different ends of the scale. I used to get pissed for a living. He's a 5-time world champion. So if that happens and he puts us away in round 2, that's expected. Whether it be round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's expected. So anything I do is a massive win for me, and I want to put on a good performance for myself to try and get the better fights down the line. So, like, if I go the full distance with Floyd, people will say, look, but there you go, he's been in there with the best. Obviously, Floyd's a bit older, but I don't care what anyone says. When you've trained since you're 5 years old, you don't lose it. You might lose a little bit of speed and a little bit of timing, but the ring generalship will always be there.
The knowledge, the intelligence.
Exactly.
And that's
and
his key.
He trains on it. I think he trains still on a daily basis, so he's still in shape. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, there's loads of little wins that I've got for myself, but putting on a good performance is right up there with what I want to do.
So, looking to the future past Floyd, I mean, let's talk about this weekend as well. Not only your fight, we've got Jake Paul, Tommy Fury. You've got to have your eyes on that.
100%.
And again, big performance here is definitely going to put you in the mix with those boys, your KSIs. First of all, opinion, Jake Paul, Tommy Fury. Do you think Jake Paul can pull it off? How do you see the fight going? Let's not.
Right, me personally, I think Jake has got the upper hand. I think Jake's got the more advantage because of the mind, but also because of the pressure on Tommy's shoulders.
Yep.
Who his dad is. His dad's very vocal. Who his brother is.
They've said
the
some
boxing background. What's been said in the media. If you lose, I'm going to retire you from boxing. Tommy's also pulled out the fight twice for whatever reason. So that'll be like, feel like, why you pulled out twice? Do you know what I mean? So all these things, I'm thinking, like, I don't know. I can't look past Jake. Like, he's knocked Tyrone Woodley out. Tommy's not really knocked anyone out cold.
Especially not anyone with he's fought journeyman, hasn't he?
Not anyone with a reputation as in like Tyrone Woodley, do you know what I mean? Who's been in there with some serious people in his MMA career who didn't knock him out.
Emphatically as well.
Do you know what I mean? And
that's with bigger gloves.
He got face planted.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which is quite damaging to your career after the career you had in MMA. So, me personally, like, I don't know Tommy, I don't know Jake. I just can't seem to look past Jake because I feel like all the pressure's on Tommy's shoulders.
That's a very, very good point. Out of the two of them, let's say out of the two of them and KSI, who would you most like to fight out of those guys? Just so we have it on record. You come through Saturday, great win, and we might be able to get you hearing.
Do you know this? Only because he was giving us a little bit of stick online when the fight was announced was KSI.
Nice.
I feel like KSI. I feel
When
like
this fight was announced.
Yeah, there was a little bit. I'm not really on Twitter, but there was I was getting sensitive about what he was saying, and I just think I would absolutely smoke him in a few rounds. I really do. Tommy and Jake, I know they're a lot bigger than me, so maybe a bit more time to get a bit of size and stuff back on. That's something down the line, but I think Jake kills KSI. Really, really do. I really do.
I believe so.
I really, really do. So I feel like that fight to make for them two is pointless. I just think it's such a one-sided fight. So if KSI wants some, then I'm the man. I'm here.
Listen, mate, thanks so much for talking to us, Aaron.
Thanks very much.
Best of luck for Saturday. Honestly, well buzzing for it. Absolutely well excited. Just from your energy, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
fireworks.
so am I, man.
Right, guys, down in the description, you're going to find a link to the tickets. You'll also find links to the pay-per-view. I'll be cheering on Aaron. We've got to see if this man can land a glove on Floyd Money Mayweather, but you have to be watching to find out. So we'll see you guys soon. Hello everyone. So, for those of you that may have noticed how good myself and Johnny have been looking throughout this podcast, that's because we are donning Real. Now, they produce high performance sportswear inspired by boxers. Boxing is as much mental as it is physical, and Real believe that it's a combination of physical and mental strength. That is where your performance potential lies. Unify body and mind to realize the power of one. Real fights for enhanced mental well-being. So whether you're a seasoned boxer or new to the sport, Real will empower you to test your limits. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram at Real Power of One, and you can find their store and their newsletter over on realpowerofone.com. And take it from me, this genuinely is some of the most comfortable and high quality sportswear that I have ever worn. So it's realpowerofone.com for sportswear inspired by boxers. And thank you so much to Real for sponsoring this podcast.
You know what? I think we've done really well there with Floyd, because he can be very, very touchy when it comes to getting an interview with him. And it was mayhem, it was organised chaos, but to actually sit down and get him to he's actually all right.
He's an incredibly intelligent bloke. You can tell he thinks about everything he says, and obviously everything he does, being the businessman that he is. Do you like, I know he gets a lot of credit for changing the game, but how much of an effect do you think that's had on modern boxing?
I think it's had a massive effect, because now he's shown other fighters, modern day fighters, that you are your own business. This guy bought himself out of contracts. This guy branded himself. This guy, he's his own brand. He's bigger than the belts itself. And not many fighters manage to get themselves in that position and actually do that. Now he brought this show to London to say, right, I'm going to show you. He was one of the first ones to do it. I remember when he boxed Conor McGregor. And the McGregor fans were there. They were arguing with all the Mayweather fans. And Floyd, he was taking photos and everything before night after night, saying, come and meet me in my club. He had it down to a T, and he still has. Seeing that, how he talks about the game, how he philosophizes about the game, he set a standard for fighters to say, I want to be like that.
I find something really interesting post Floyd Mayweather. He wasn't the first fighter to retire undefeated, but what I do think he's done is he's created such an emphasis on having that zero and the marketability of having that zero. Do you think, like I am guilty of thinking, there's part of me that Floyd had the skills. He was unbeatable in his era. He had the confidence to step in the ring with all of those people. Do you think that influence of making sure you're undefeated is what's it's what's stopping us fans seeing some of these big fights? Because some of these guys aren't as confident as Floyd, and they're too scared to lose that O because of the post-Floyd Mayweather effect.
So there's too much pressure on the O. And I think, listen, a loss doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to.
You are living proof of this.
Exactly. Floyd is one of those, he created the blueprint to do it the perfect way. It doesn't mean it can't be done. And so how Floyd looks at it and how he talks about it, nobody else, not many people bar Joe Kazaki here can actually talk like he talks. So when you say who was the best, he'll say I was the best. I never lost. And he'll say it and own it. Where others will look at him and think, you arrogant, such and such. But he's actually saying it through his eyes. And why wouldn't he? We've never walked in his shoes. The success he's had, we can only dream of it. You've had many, many great fighters, Ali, Lensler, all of them, Mike Tyson, they've all been and lost.
That was the golden era of boxing though, wasn't it? Because they used to fight each other all the time. Can you imagine, let's look at AJ, Fury, Usyk, all those three. Let's say you got the top three in a division. They had 3 fights against each other, each of those people. So, I think with boxing, what people want to understand, they want to think people are unbeatable. They want that sort of superhero status, because when Anthony Joshua came through, I started to believe he was unbeatable. He had this all the marketing around him. It's so sellable, isn't it?
It's easy to sell.
But then it hinders us as fans to put fighters on a pedestal like that, because then we're like, but why aren't they fighting the best? It's because we've fucking made them too scared to be defeated.
What Floyd Mayweather did. Remember, he beat Canelo Alvarez.
He beat everyone. He was an anomaly.
Yeah. I remember when he got in with Canelo Alvarez, and I thought, he's checking out. He's getting paid a massive sum for this. He proper mugged off Canelo. And that to this day, Canelo's like, out of all the lot, he's proper schooled him. So who didn't he fight? He boxed everybody, Floyd. And so what he set an example. So like him or not, like his delivery or not, he's actually not said or done anything wrong. He's just done his job and done it successfully. He has his friends and family with him. It's like a school day out. You know, they're all there making sure they're enjoying the fun with him. He's just living his life. So it's something you or I can't relate to. I've interviewed him before when he's done his tour. I think he's doing it again this year. And when he talks about his life, it's hard to relate to, and that's the problem. Because what he's achieved is hardly ever being done. But polite, respectful. When you've got him, he can be so charming and straight to the point. There was a little kid in the press conference for the fight, yeah. And he was mid-conference, mid-press conference, he said, "Can you take the child out?" And I thought, oh, that's awkward. But
do you know what? We were just about to interview him as well, and I was obviously nervous before that interview. And then he done that. I was like, fuck, he's in a good mood.
but actually, he, for the right reasons, there was bad language. There was that, and so it would distract. So he said, "Look, can you take the child out?" So he said things that probably most people want to say, do things what probably most things people don't want to do. So good on him. He's willing to put his head up there, and so I think we got a good shout. I think it'll be a good fight this weekend.
Yeah, and he's got a confidence and an assertiveness that's set the bar so high throughout his career, that's left sort of an aftermath of people going, wow, I want to be the next Floyd, but maybe they ain't got the confidence to be the next Floyd, and that's why, we're left with, seeing a lot of people hang on to undefeated records that maybe shouldn't. So, yeah, I think you kind of want a mix of the confidence and the bravado and all of that Floyd had. You want these young fighters to have that, but don't be scared to lose that.
So speaking of confidence, Aaron Chalmers.
Whoa. How fucking confident was he? Do you know what? Confidence is a completely wrong word. Fearless, because he's not going in there thinking he's going to beat Floyd, but what he is going in there is thinking, I'm not going to be a Deji and I'm not going to be anyone. I'm not going to be scared of him. I'm going to go and kick the shit out of him. Basically what he said, or do my very best.
So when Floyd boxed Deji changed his mind in the dressing room. And Deji's mum went out to Floyd's people and said, look, he doesn't want to do it. Can he give you the money back? And so Floyd had to go into the dressing room and say, look, you'll be all right. Don't worry about it. Just it's an exhibition. It's cool. So Deji got stupid.
He talked him into coming.
Yeah.
You'll be all right. I'm going to go easy.
Yeah, I'm going to go easy. It's an exhibition. so Deji got brave and whacked him. When he whacked him, Floyd's like, whoa. I'm not saying you can hit me and I'm not going to hit your back. So blah, 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 blah. That's what he did.
Because he stopped him quite badly, didn't he?
Yeah, he did,
really?
because he clocked him.
Because he caught him.
So, and the problem is, Floyd's 46 Friday, I think he is, when you see this.
Happy birthday, Floyd.
Yeah. And so you understand, when you get to a certain age in any sport, football, boxing, whatever, if you stand still, you still got the skills. When you've got to chase somebody around, that's where the problem starts. So when Deji did that, I thought, here it comes.
Cornered him, didn't he?
For Aaron needs to frustrate, imitate like he's going to do something special, pickpocket and do not get talked into it. Don't get hustled into a corner, because if Floyd starts to close him down and hit him hard, that means he's causing dramas.
And you got to think as well, we're talking Deji was scared to go out there, got actually lured into going out there in false pretenses of him going easy. You got fucking Aaron Chalmers is sitting in that press conference saying, I ain't giving him no respect when that bell goes. So Floyd's going in there thinking, what did he say after that? He goes, oh no, I really respect your ambition. Yeah, I'm really proud of you. And you think that's condescending, you're going to get fucked up.
Yeah. I saw Aaron's Instagram piece. It was very clever, actually. He said,
I went to see the doctor about this fight, and he's really worried because my back's killing me because I'm carrying this fight. And I thought, oh dear.
He's poking the bear, isn't he?
Thought, oh dear, but you know what? He's trained hard. He had his full day, looks in great condition. My kids know he is.
He's a good lad, Aaron, and he's got the right attitude for this, so I can't wait to watch it. And I've said it before, you've heard me say it, but down in the description you'll find the link to buy tickets. You'll also find the link for the pay-per-view. Saturday night, February 25th, Aaron Chalmers, Floyd Mayweather. Be there, be square. You got to watch it. I'm intrigued. See you guys next week.